going on, guys? It's Tracy Mitchell, VA, representing ThisIs50.com. Today I got my special guest and then some. We got Gorgeous George in the building. How you doing today?
Man, you know how I'm doing it, man. Just doing it.
Good. So you're here to Revolt Summit. Are you going to be joining in the festivities or no?
Yeah, I have actually, a little sonic mixer where I'm having a lot of people show up to support my distribution company that I just got off the ground. So yeah, but we're gonna partake in the festivities as well. But it's twofold.
So tell me a little bit more about this distribution label. When did it come about? Why did it? And who exactly is a part of it?
Well, the distribution label is called Sonic Distribution, and it came about because I wanted to be part of the Buy Back the Block initiative. For too long we've made music and we've given it to other people who really don't have an understanding of our music. They sitting in boardrooms and looking at numbers. They don't understand the essence of why we make our music and the life we live while we making our music. So I wanted to have a distribution outlet to where we don't need aggregates putting our music on platforms without us really being there doing it ourselves and owning our own masters. Because for too long we've had to sell our masters, sell our imaging, our likeness and everything about us, and we the ones with the blood, sweat, tears, and fears putting it into this game. You feel me? So, these are my artists right now that I just newly signed to my distribution label. This is EK and Knuckles with the Pack Boys and my boy Young Timo. They gonna spearhead this. They believed in me, and that I can actually do what the majors can do, and then some.
Okay, so I can see why you would start a distribution label, being that you have so many accolades already, and you've been in the game since 2005. You worked with rap legends Bun B, Willie D, and then some. So I guess just having experience there made you feel like you could really do this.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's about understanding the music and understanding where you should place the music at. It's because really they have an agenda for our music, and we got to take that agenda and put it in our own hands.
Because if you don't, they'll have full control over it.
Yeah, they have full control of it, so we want some of our control back. Really, we want all our control back. You know what I mean? So, and I'm here to help facilitate that.
What was it about these artists right next to you? You guys can go ahead and say hey to the camera. Yeah. So what is it about these guys that you feel like is the perfect artist for this label and this opportunity?
Because they hungry. And at the end of the day, that's what matters, man. When you hungry, man, you're going to do what it takes to feed yourself. And the skill level is there. You know what I'm saying? The mind state is there. The skill level is there. I mean, just as a whole, as an artist, when I look at an artist, I don't just see what they're doing right now. I see the potential in them 5, 10 years from now. So, and every artist that's on this couch with me, man, I feel got the potential to be great. It's all on them, though. You feel me?
Okay, and I'm sure this puts you in a different place too, because you've always been the star of the show, you've always been the artist, but now you're the businessman, you're the person behind the music.
Yeah, it put me in a different place, but when I came into the game, it was a little bit different versus how I progressed in the game, because when I came in the game, I was signed to Virgin Records and Scarface. I was just an artist. But then when that contract lapsed and I had to do my own thing, as an independent artist coming in with the internet and with the streaming sites, you had to kind of be your own businessman too. So I started learning the business side, the publishing side, the mechanical rights and all that. And so once I understood really what the business was about, I was like, well, we all can do this.
Yes.
But we never learned that game. We just sat as artists and let somebody else cut our check, when really we should be watching the penny rate. We should be watching what's being cut on these checks, our sound exchange, things like that a lot of artists need to understand. It's more ways to get paid than just putting out a record. So, and I want to show anybody and everybody who's willing to listen and lend the ear how to actually get your chips, man, get your coins, because it's Moonene for everybody.
Yes, I love that, and thank you so much for even taking the stand and bringing people into providing opportunity.
Yeah, and really it's like I tell people, man, if you making music and you put it out through these, the distro this and the CDs that and all of that, really you're not getting no support. You having to put your own bread up, and they getting 20% of your money, your records, and they ain't did nothing for you. And so people don't understand, man, it takes a lot of bread to break a record. it takes a lot of bread to break an artist. And it takes somebody who's fighting for you, not just on the street level, but on the corporate side too. And so if you don't have nobody in those corporate offices making sure that your streaming is in the right place, and procuring the right spots for your curation, you're really not doing nothing. Mm-hmm. You're really just making records to put on your computer and bump it in the hood to your friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, do you want to bump to your friends, or you want to grow an audience, a fan base? And if you want to grow a fan base, you're going to have somebody fight for you on the corporate level.
Yes. Because
it's the music business for a reason. The word music is a few letters, but business is a few more letters in it.
Yes.
So.
Well, I also want to point out to you have a newly released single.
Yeah.
We got Watermelon Rancher on all streaming platforms, right?
Well, no, Watermelon Jolly Rancher
Watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, was the last one. The one I got right now is called I Get It In. No, Get It Right.
I Get It Right.
Yeah, Get It Right. Well, I need to get it right. But no, it's called Get It Right, and it's a switch up from my usual format because, you know, I be dripping, and my conversation, I'm Mr. So Drippy, so my conversation always about dripping, but this one I want to do a little bit something more positive to where people understand that, you know, there's a method to the madness. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can't just steer people in one direction. And I'm not a cap rapper. You know, yeah, I got the jewels and I got the gold and I got the drip, but how did you get that? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, you know, they only see about or hear about once somebody got it. Oh, I got this and I got that. Well, what'd you do to get it? Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of like, I don't want to say a blueprint because that's been done, but it's kind of like a floor plan. You know, because you got to build a foundation before you can build the walls.
I agree too.
The roof ain't gonna never come if you don't get walls.
And that's what you're doing here. Would you say this is one of your biggest accomplishments? Because like I said, you've been doing music since 2005. So would you say this is one of your biggest accomplishments?
2005 when I became a solo artist, I signed my first deal in '96. So I've been doing it for a minute, man. 20 summers I've been putting this work in.
20 summers?
Yeah, 20 summers, man. You know what I'm talking about, getting this goo out. But, I get it too, but my biggest accomplishment, I think, was having my children and raising them. But aside from that, I think, you know, putting this together, this is something that I think I was meant to do. And, you know, people say you got a calling on your life. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and I think this was one of those things that it was just a calling because I had to take a chance to do this. They didn't want me to have this distribution company, the powers that be, because we don't own no, this is the first of its kind. You know, we don't own our distribution. You got to either go through somebody who going through somebody. Even these little imprint deals, oh, I'm such a distribution. But they distribute through a major. I'm not distributed through a major. I am the major.
Taking matters into your own hands, being in control of your art, too.
So, yeah, I would say this is one of the biggest accomplishments business-wise that I've done. Yeah.
So if there's an artist out there watching this interview, because I'm sure they're thinking, how can I be a part of the team? How can I join him? What would they have to have, and how would they go about doing that?
Have heart and some music and an understanding. Because if you don't have understanding, we can't even communicate. You know, because people think, oh, because I got a nice record, I can get on immediately. You don't understand. Every artist that's popping right now put in years and years worth of work to get to that level. And if you think you're going to do it overnight, man, we don't even need to have a conversation. Because it's going to take a lot of bread, it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of heart. But you can't sit in that seat. You know, you got to want to sit in that seat, though. You know, that's my message to anybody listening.
Can I plug in one more question? What about those artists out there that don't have the bread, they don't have the support? What is your advice for them?
They need to come holler at me. Maybe we can work something out. But if I got to spend my bread, it's going to be a little different kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it go. I mean, you got to understand the person taking the most risk going to get the rewards, not necessarily more than you, but they going to make sure that they get theirs because at the end of the day, man, my kids got to eat just like your kids got to eat. And if I'm putting 200-300 racks into you, man, I'm going to need to see that back like expeditiously, like my boy T.I. said.
Period. So go ahead and give us what's next, and make sure any shout outs, you know, you want to plug in, go ahead and do that.
What's next is the whole world, man. The whole world, man. This is a global distribution company. We don't just do cities or parts of America. We do everywhere from Switzerland to New Zealand to Australia to Singapore to Japan and back to Houston, Texas, all the way to where we're at now, like in Atlanta. Like I want to shout out my boy, man, Young Timo. He got a new single called Tonight finna come out. I got the Pack Boys right here. They got their new single Pack Boys on all streaming platforms. And really, man, we about to run it up, and I hope y'all understand that, man. This is a play that's been necessary in the industry, man. So if you can give your catalog or your put your career in somebody's hand that ain't even like you, why wouldn't you give somebody who's been through the same struggles and in the trenches with you the same chance? So sonicdistribution.com, check me out. It's just like it sounds, Sonic Distribution. And if you can't spell that, then we don't need to do business no way. You feel me?
All right, guys, that was Sonic Distribution with Gorgeous George interview, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming. Once again, this is Tracy Mitchell, VA from This Is 50, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia during Revolt Summit. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.